न्यूज़ ऑनलाइन खोलना किसी को
बात कहीं से भी शुरू हो, मुस्कुराहट पर ही खत्म होनी चाहिए. Being happy doesn't mean you have it all. It means you are thankful for all you have. Let us stop impressing people. Let's start inspiring others. Welcome everyone on the occasion of Spotlight of WICCI Wicci, which is of Dr. Harbeen Arora ma'am and our Deepika ma'am. We are beautiful. So we are having all the beautiful women over here. So occasion of Spotlight.
बस वो तो बैक कैमरे ठीक तो है.
Thank you, Richa ma'am.
ये लॉक
आप
कर रखा
सभी
है
का
क्या?
स्वागत है इस
ये हो रहा
समारोह
हट ही
जिसका
नहीं रहा.
नाम है स्पॉटलाइट, विकी चंडीगढ़ annual international conclave. A warm welcome to all of you. Please lend me your ears as I officially start. Mehak, where are you? Come, come.
फ्लैश लाइट है ये.
So in the spotlight
Flash
right
light.
now
भाई
with
बंदी
me
हुई है वो.
is my
तो
co-host
चलती है.
Mehak. She's an HR consultant. Hi Mehak.
छोड़ दो.
And I am heading a multinational law firm. We will be taking the show ahead for you. Oh, you have a mic. That's good. Great. So we both have a mic. So Mehak, let's start.
Yes, we should start. I think some people are still at back. If they could please come and stay from here. We could see your beautiful faces. We are missing you around here. Okay, so we should start. Yes.
So today we are honoring women, नारी शक्ति जो सिर्फ ना घर संभालती है पर
ऑफिस संभालती हैं.
और-
And I would say पूरी दुनिया संभालती है, to be very honest.
बिल्कुल ट्राई सिटी की महिलाओं का स्वागत है जो ट्राई सिटी की इकोनॉमी को संभाल रही हैं. दुनिया तो खैर सब संभाल ही रहे हैं. तो आप सभी का स्वागत है और हम आगाज करते हैं स्पॉटलाइट के लिए विद अ ब्यूटीफुल परफॉर्मेंस बाय वन ऑफ आवर मेंबर मिस गीतांजलि. May I please request you to come on to stage, Geetanjali. Okay, the registration desk is now open. Geetanjali, we are waiting for you. I don't see you. Please wave at me wherever you are. We're waiting for you. Well, as we say, music is the spirit of everything. चाहे वो entrepreneurship हो या music video.
Very true. And I believe अगर even शुरुआत थोड़ी म्यूजिकल होगी, थोड़ी स्वीट होगी, मिले सुर तेरा तुम्हारा, then I'm totally sure ये पूरा इवेंट ताल से ताल मिलाकर चलेगा.
बिल्कुल हमारी बात हो रही है.
हमारी ताल तो मिल गई. And we are waiting for Geetanjali ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Amazing.
Let's listen to Mr. Harbeen Arora, our president of Wicci. Presentation.
Sat Shri Akal. Hello, dear soul sisters, everyone in Chandigarh, dear sisters, dear brothers, all of you coming together, magical moment of manifestation where we together realize that we all are a powerhouse of possibilities when we come together. And this is a moment of exchange, of inspiration, of empowering ourselves, the courage within, the energy within which says, yes, I can. And haven't you shown it all in the past 1 year? All of you continuing your initiatives in your own councils, bringing up recommendations, taking it to the authorities, to the institutions, but above all, empowering each other, bringing home this feeling in the heart of every woman. I am possible. Everything is possible. Whatever I wish for, whatever I dream for myself, for my family, for my dear ones, I can do it. I have the power of togetherness, of solidarity, the platform with my sisters in India, in Chandigarh and across the world, and whatever I wish, there's a highway of growth, there's a highway I can take, there's a fast track of possibilities and implementing whatever dreams I have. I congratulate Soul Sister Deepika Bahari for keeping this beautiful family of Soul Sisters and Soul Brothers together. Together, sisters and brothers, we can. God bless you all.
Everybody, please give a huge round of applause. We are definitely fulfilling the true meaning of what ma'am just said. The highway to growth, together we can and we are possible. Before we move ahead, I really want to, or we really want to thank our supporters. There are few brands that we need to mention and our gifting partners. So our supporters, I would like to thank Nouri's Beauty Products, Sanjita Sharma, Balbeen Gorkhai, Visa Law, gifting partners OPI Group, Bamboo Studio and Starbone, Organji, Bloom, and our media partners, Bharat Time News, Chandigarh Live and News Online. Thank you everyone for making this possible. And thank you Deepika ma'am and Richa ma'am for leading us to this beautiful event. Thank you. वो कहते हैं हर सक्सेसफुल मर्द के पीछे एक महिला का हाथ होता है. That's true. I do agree. होता है ना. वो आपका घर संभाल रही होती हैं, वो आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट संभाल रही होती हैं, आपका अगला हॉलिडे ट्रिप भी प्लान कर रही होती हैं और आपका बैंक बैलेंस भी चेक कर रही होती हैं. Did you know man? 40% of CA students are girls. Isn't that amazing?
No, I didn't know that.
Financial planning is important and plays a very crucial role in today's life. And our next speaker, the first speaker of this evening, has mastered it all. He's honored as the father of financial planning, portfolio management, and derivatives. The guru of financial markets in India. Sorry, Fortune 500 companies to India. So, here we call upon Dr. C.A. Aman Chill. Sir has been recently honored by the CA Institute of India as the 40 Finfluencers of India. A big hand to him.
Let's give a big round of applause as well.
And this happened just yesterday. Congratulations, sir.
I can hear some noise at the back. ये स्टॉल के आसपास खड़े हैं कुछ लोग. Yes, please request you to sit. और फ्रंट में आओ. Everybody wants to be in the front seats and to the serenity. Why? Those who are late, yes, why not? Those who are late will sit at the back. Come on, girls. सोफा बहुत कंफर्टेबल है. Fine. And as you heard sir's introduction, तो मुझे लगता है सबको इनकी एडवाइस की बहुत जरूरत है. विजिटिंग कार्ड लेके जाना है. ठीक है.
नमस्कार है जी, जय हिंद है, जय भारत है. It's an extreme opportunity for me to be standing here in front of you all, galaxy of stars, galaxy of people. हमने एक कहावत तो हमेशा सुनी है, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. मेरा इसी का एक कंटिन्यूएशन, एक थॉट प्रोसेस है जो मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, लक्ष्मी रन्स द इकोनॉमी. शायद मैं इसको यूं बोलना चाहूंगा, माँ लक्ष्मी रन्स द इकोनॉमी. बिकॉज आप सब जो लेडीज हैं, चाहे वो सिस्टर हैं, चाहे वो डॉटर हैं, चाहे वो मदर हैं, ग्रैंड मदर हैं, आप सब लक्ष्मी इन रियल सेंस है हु इज ड्राइविंग द इकोनॉमी. मेरे पास 5 से 7 मिनट है बोलने, हेडलाइन सेटअप करने की कोशिश करता हूं कि जब हम कहते हैं वीनस से हम लेडीज आई हैं, वीनस यानी कि शुक्र पे. It's not restricted to only the outer self of the beauty, but the inner self of the beauty as well. क्योंकि मैं हर जब भी लेडी एम्पावरमेंट की बात सोचता हूँ तो मेरे मन में ख्याल मेरी 13 years old डॉटर का ख्याल आता है, मेरी सिस्टर का ख्याल आता है अप्रोक्सीमेटली 35 इयर्स ऑफ एज, मेरी मदर का ख्याल आता है अंदाजन 65 इयर्स ऑफ एज। एंड जब मैं ऐसे सब विमेन इम्बाइब कैरेक्टर्स को अपने मन में सोचता हूं, तो मैं सोचता हूं ब्यूटी, इनर सेल्फ की जो ब्यूटी भी जो भगवान ने दी है वो यूनिक है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द वंडरफुल ओरिजिनलिटी ऑफ द इमोशंस, द वार्मथ, द लव। बट साथ में जो मनी एंड ब्यूटी जिसको शुक्र देव रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, जब तक हमारी जिंदगी में मनी एम्पावरमेंट नहीं होगी, और सिर्फ मैं हमारी यानी कि हमारी नहीं, आपके कई और लेडीज हैं, कई और विमेन हैं जिनकी जिंदगी में अगर मनी एम्पावरमेंट नहीं होगी, तो हम शायद जो ट्रू सेंस में जो ब्रांड का जो एक मेरे को थीम दिया गया है, हम नहीं बन पाएंगे। एंड उसी के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में मैं शायद यूं कहना चाहूंगा कि जब कोई भी मेल मेंबर पैसा कमा के लाता है, चाहे हमारे हस्बैंड बिजनेस में हो, जॉब में हो, कि आप संडे के संडे अपनी कमर सीधी करने आते हो क्या? बाकी टाइम आप मेहनत करते हुए पैसा कमाने में बिजी हैं। मगर आपने कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि वो जो पैसा कमा रहे हैं मेहनत करते करते, वो जो पैसा लेकर आते हैं आफ्टर स्पेंडिंग, एक्सपेंडिचर, बिजनेस, प्रोफेशन वगैरह वगैरह, जो पैसा आता है, अगर उस पैसे को प्रॉपरली मैनेज नहीं करा जाएगा तो उस पैसे को कहीं ऐसी जगह लगाएगा जहां पे उसको इंसेंटिव आएगा, प्रमोशन आएगी, या उसको हो सकता है फॉरेन ट्रिप मिलेगा, मगर उसका कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है कि आपका पैसा मल्टीप्लाई हो या ना हो। एंड इसके लिए मेरा यह मानना है कि अगर हर घर की लक्ष्मी उस पैसे को मैनेज एंड मल्टीप्लाई, मैंने दो वर्ड्स यूज करे, मैनेज एंड मल्टीप्लाई करना सीख जाएं, तो जो हार्ड अर्न मनी है, जो हमारे बेटर हाफ कमा के लेकर आ रहे हैं, उस पैसे को कहां मैनेज और कैसे मल्टीप्लाई करना है, उससे हमारा ब्रांड बनता है। एंड उस विजन में हम हमेशा समझते हैं कि गोल्ड एक मोस्ट अट्रैक्टिव गहना है लेडीज के लिए, हमेशा अट्रैक्टिव रहती है कि यार गोल्ड मिल जाए, डायमंड मिल जाए, क्यों? शुक्र देव। मगर हमने ये भूल गए कि शुक्र देव के कई और रिप्रेजेंटेशंस भी हैं, जैसे शेयर मार्केट है, पैसा, म्यूचुअल फंड है, पैसा, रियल एस्टेट है, पैसा है। ये सारी चीजें भी तो शुक्र देव को रिप्रेजेंट करती हैं, मगर आज तक हम सिर्फ गोल्ड के तरफ ही अट्रैक्ट करवाए गए। और मुझे तो लगता है कि ये चीज की एजुकेशनल अंडरस्टैंडिंग हर घर में पहुंचनी चाहिए, और मेरा एक थॉट प्रोसेस है जो मैं आपसे शेयर करूंगा। एंड विकी के माध्यम से मैं चाहूंगा कि इसको और फर्दर पेनिट्रेट किया जाए, क्योंकि मेरे पास 5 से 7 मिनट है, मैं इसको थोड़ा एक रोल प्ले में डिस्कस करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। ये जो मैं पॉइंट बोलने लगा, इसको प्लीज ध्यान से समझिए। यहां से आने वाले अगले 10 से 15 साल लगातार हर साल जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ेंगे, वर्ल्ड में वॉर लाइक सिचुएशन और बढ़ती चली जाएगी। क्यों? ये फिर कभी मौका मिलेगा तो मैं बताने की कोशिश करूंगी क्यों ऐसा कैसे होगा। बट एक नेट क्रक्स में ऐसा बोल देता हूं, डॉलर की जो पावर थी, जो यूएस ने सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर 1945 के बाद जो जमाई, हिरोशिमा और नागासाकी के ऊपर बॉम्ब फेंक के, वो पावर अब यहां से खत्म होते हुए दिखती है। और जब यूएस की पावर खत्म होगी, डॉलर की पावर खत्म होगी, तो उसके कारण यूरोप की पावर खत्म होगी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया की पावर खत्म होगी, न्यूजीलैंड की पावर खत्म होगी, यूके की पावर खत्म होगी, कनाडा की पावर खत्म होगी। और जब ये सारे कंट्रीज की प्रॉब्लम पावर खत्म होगी, ये सारे प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेंगे। और यहां से उनके अगेंस्ट रशिया गैंग, चाइना गैंग, ये भी ऑलरेडी चाइना अपने आप में एक पावर है और कई तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट कर रहा है, तो आपस में इनका भिड़ाव होगा। अगर ये ऐसा भिड़ाव होगा तो डॉलर की जो हेजेमोनी है वो गिरेगी, और जब डॉलर का गिरना तय है, गोल्ड का बढ़ना पक्का है। और गोल्ड का बढ़ना पक्का है तो इसके कारण एक और चीज होगी कि वर्ल्ड ओवर कई लोग हिंदुस्तान वापस आना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि वहां पे चैलेंजेस बढ़ेंगे। यानी कि हम अपने बच्चों को बाहर भेजने की तैयारी ना करें, आने वाले समय वहां पे प्रॉब्लम्स और बढ़ती चली जाएंगी। और ऐसे कई थॉट प्रोसेस है जो मैं देना चाहूंगा, मगर मैं यहां पे जो लिंकेज है ऑफ द टॉपिक उसको रिस्ट्रिक्ट करने के लिए मैं एक छोटा सा ओपनिंग स्टेटमेंट इसलिए दिया कि यहां से इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमें समझना जरूरी है कि हर घर में, मैं कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड कर रहा हूं, हर घर में जो पहला घर है जहां पे वाइफ होम मेकर है, पति कमा कर ला रहा है, चाहे बिजनेसमैन है, चाहे प्रोफेशनल है, चाहे जॉब में है और पैसा अच्छा कमा रहा है, उस अच्छे पैसे को वो होम अगर मैनेज और मल्टीप्लाई करना सीख जाए तो किचन से भी बाहर निकलती है और किट्टी से भी बाहर निकलती है, क्योंकि उसका मन करता है कि मैं भी अपनी जिंदगी में हासिल करके जाऊं, कुछ हासिल करके भी सोसाइटी में एक ब्रांड क्रिएट करूं। मेरे को सिर्फ होम मेकर या मिसेस शर्मा का खिताब सिर्फ नहीं, मेरे को साथ में अपना नाम का खिताब चाहिए। वो ब्रांड के लिए अगर वो मनी मैनेज और मल्टीप्लाई करना सीख जाए तो जो पति कमाने पे लगा हुआ है बीवी उसको मल्टीप्लाई करेगी, तो होम मेकर जो है वो साथ में एंटरप्रेन्योर बन गई। दूसरा एक परिवार का सपना ऐसा है जहां पे पति कमा रहा है मगर उतना नहीं कमा पा रहा, उतना पैसा नहीं आ रहा, वहां पे लेडी का रोल प्ले और ज्यादा बढ़ता है, क्योंकि वो हार्ड अर्न मनी जो पति कमा रहा है ये सोच के कि थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसा कमा के 40 साल की उम्र में रिटायरमेंट या 50 साल की उम्र में रिटायरमेंट हो कि अब कमर भाई ज्यादा देर तक हो नहीं पाएगा। आजकल हमें पता है कितना प्रेशर है कि 30 साल में गोडे हिल जाते हैं, 35 में बाल उड़ने लग जाते हैं, 40 में आपके घुटने सवार हो जाते हैं, 45 में बाईपास हो जाता है। वो मैनेज करने के लिए वो जो टफ हार्ड अर्न मनी जो पति लेकर आ रहा है, जो इतना नहीं कमा रहा, अगर वो लेडी है जो अर्धांगिनी है, अगर वो जो विमेन है, होम मेकर है, अगर उस पैसे को वाकई में बेटर मैनेज कर पाए तो उसके कारण वो जो पैसा जो हार्ड अर्न है, जो कि बहुत टफली अर्न किया जा रहा है, टफ मैनर में अर्न किया जा रहा है, उस पैसे को भी हम मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं। तीसरा मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस ये है कि आप में से कई लोग लेडी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स होंगी, बिजनेसमैन होंगी, प्रोफेशनल्स होंगी, लॉ फर्म में वो जॉब कर रहे हैं ऑलरेडी। तो यानी कि इसका मतलब ये कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं, कुछ एम्प्लॉयड हैं या एचआर में हैं, आप शायद एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं। आपके एक्सप्रेशन से मैंने समझा कि जॉब शायद ये कर रहे हैं और आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं। हम सब पैसा कमा रहे हैं, मगर हम पैसे के ऊपर पैसे को कहां लगाएं उसकी समझ, और अगर वो नहीं तो वही बैंकर या ब्रोकर बाय व्हाटएवर नेम कॉल्ड, इंश्योरेंस एजेंट हो सकता है, म्यूचुअल फंड ब्रोकर हो सकता है, इक्विटी ब्रोकर हो सकता है, रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर हो सकता है, सॉल्यूशन मैनेजर हो सकता है, कोई भी नाम रख लो, वो आएगा बेचने ही, और वही चीज बेचेगा जहां पे उसको इंसेंटिव, प्रमोशन, फॉरेन ट्रिप मिलता है, एंड आपका पैसा हार्ड अर्न मनी मल्टीप्लाई नहीं हो पाएगा। क्लोजिंग रिमार्क्स में ये कहना चाहूंगा कि अगर हम किसी तरीके से टेक्निकली इसको अंडरस्टैंड करें कि वो जो पैसा है, उस पैसे में रिस्की लिक्विड पैसा कितना कब होना चाहिए, रिस्क फ्री लिक्विड पैसा कितना कब होना चाहिए, रिस्की इलिक्विड पैसा यानी कि इलिक्विड जो जल्दी लिक्विड नहीं बन सकता कितना कब होना चाहिए, और रिस्क फ्री इलिक्विड पैसा कितना कब होना चाहिए, अगर हम ये जान जाएं तो मुझे लगता है हर घर परिवार में वो जो लेडी है उसका अपना एक नाम बनता है, क्योंकि वो जो लेडी है जिसको एक टेंशन ऐसी शुरुआत में रहती है कि मेरी नौकरी लगेगी या नहीं लगेगी, ताकि मैं सक्षमता की तरफ कैसे जाऊंगी, या जो पेरेंट्स जब उसकी शादी कर रहे होते हैं उसको इंडिपेंडेंट बनाने की सोच रहे होते हैं। मुझे लगता है वो जो इंडिपेंडेंस है, अगर उस लेडी को पैसे के ऊपर पैसा बनाना आ जाए तो किसी भी घर में जब ब्याह के जाएगी तो उसके लिए एसेट ही कहलाएगी, और जहां पे पैदा हुई वहां पे भी एसेट कहलाएगी। तो एक सपना ऐसा है कि वहां पे अरे मिसेस रूबी शर्मा, उनको आता है पैसे के ऊपर कमाना भी और पैसे के ऊपर मल्टीप्लाई करना भी। मैं चाहूंगा इस ब्रांड लक्ष्मी रन्स द इकोनॉमी में हम सब इकट्ठे जुड़े हैं। आई बी हैप्पी अगर मैं कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाऊं। मेरा नाम अमन चुप सीए है, इस नाम से आप ऐप देख सकते हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं, यूट्यूब पे कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं। कोशिश कर रहा हूं मैं कि ये छोटी छोटी चीजें मैं ऑलरेडी एजुकेट करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। मैं चाहूंगा कि अगर मैं किसी की लाइफ में कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाऊं, चाहे करियर में चाहे पैसे में, आई बी हैप्पी। शुक्रिया है, नमस्कार है, जय हिंद है, जय भारत है।
Thank you for such wonderful insights to manage and multiply. That's our takeaway from this session. Thank you so much, sir, Dr. C. Amanchu, Lakshmi, Shukra, all these wonderful things.
I know, I mean, I could never imagine that planets and financials and money could ever be related. But I think your insights have given me a new perspective. All of us, it has given all of us a new perspective. Thank you so much, sir. And now, moving on. भारतीय नारी कहाँ कहाँ नहीं पहुँची है। इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड्स, इंटरनेशनल बॉक्सिंग, इंटरनेशनल सिनेमा, और इंडिया में जहाँ भी देखो नारी सब पर भारी है और ये देने वाली एक महिला हमारे बीच में है। टू आवर जर्नी स्टेज पे बुलाना चाहूंगी सना कौशल।
Oh, I think Gitanjali is here. Gitanjali, we were missing you. Can you please come onto the stage?
Ma'am, if you're ready, you can please come.
साफ रखा गया अपने भी जब लग रहे हैं और कुछ खाते जाओ लेकिन हमने पैसे हमको मार्केटिंग लेके मार्केटिंग इन दिन बहुत तैयारी है फिर ऑफिस चलिए ऑपरेटर पे
In the meantime, let's ask our audience, what is Wicci to them? Yeah, can you go?
First of all, welcome, ma'am, and I would like to answer that. Anybody else wants to answer? I can. Anybody raise their hand? I'll come to them. Anybody else would like to answer? What is Wicci to you? Okay, I'll come to you, ma'am, after they become.
Wicci is we all together.
Wow, such a short little answer, but so many stories within this answer. Yeah. So a family, a big heart, a big family, and ma'am also raised a hand. I'll come to you.
Wicci is a family to us and a solution for everything. All the things, whichever things or problems you face, you will get all the solutions in just 1 second. Thank you.
Same answer, Wicci is family to us. All the entrepreneurs, right? And we have a lot of knowledge we get from this. So this is life to me and I have a family. That's so
Right, and agree, where we can explore and learn together.
wow, such beautiful answers, such heartfelt answers, and all I could see within these answers. I think these such beautiful answers. So first of all, round of applause for all of us. So should ma'am, are you ready? So find what Wicci is the.
हो गया इसे बैटरी कम खाएगा बस ये ध्यान रखना एक बार इसको ना चेक कर लेना कि बैटरी कितने % पर डाउन हो रही है कितने टाइम ठीक है उसके बाद मैं नेट चेक करवाता हूँ अभी नेट नहीं है चेक करो ना लाइव हो रहा है चेक करो ठीक चल रहा है बिल्कुल ठीक है हाँ जी और जल्दी कर रहे हो। तुम्हारा नेट भी तो चल रहा है ना इसमें, वाईफाई चल रहा है, नेट भी चल रहा है। सब बंद कर दिया मैंने, सब बंद कर दिया। फिर बंद हो जाएगा वो, सब बंद कर दिया। नेट और वाईफाई जो लाइव बंद हो जाएगा, लाइव नेट नहीं बंद किया, नेट बंद नहीं किया, बाकी सब बंद कर दिया।
That was a beautiful song, ma'am. Gitanjali, ma'am, could you please come back on stage for a little appreciation token? Deepika, ma'am, I can't see you. Richa, ma'am, can you please come onto stage? A big hand for Gitanjali. She sang so well. Guys, a big hand. Lovely ma'am, Salman, please, come on. Great location, please, come on. It'll be lovely to see you guys, come on. Alright, noted ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Pam, thank you so much. Dr. Man, you're not going anywhere. Women are beautiful multitaskers. They sing so well. Sorry. They sing so well, they manage their houses so well. They can negotiate a deal, hold a board meeting, organize birthdays and international conclaves, and one such vibrant woman that we have amongst us is Dr. Pamela. Ma'am is an Indian academic and feminist activist known for her work on gender and development issues. And I can proudly say that she's been representing India to the UN on these issues. A big hand, everyone, for Dr. Pam Rajput. Woohoo!
I want to request everyone, please be seated. Please be seated. Everyone on the stall, all
आप आगे आइए.
Trust me when I say this, हम सब चाहते हैं जब पैम बात करते हैं कि so engaging and so inspiring, and I know that you would like to hear that. That's
जो पीछे बेटियां खड़ी हैं उनको मैं चाहती हूँ कि आगे आए. This is their age. आगे आइए.
Ladies, please. The first step to supporting each other is to listen to each other. Come up front, thank you.
Distinguished guests of this morning, I will not take the name of everyone. My very dear friend, Deepika and Akhil. First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone. जिन्होंने इस चीज़ का पौधा जो है यहाँ लगाया, और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि मैं पिछले महीने उनको न्यूयॉर्क में भी मिली. And we were talking of Wicci Chandler, and she got very proud. So that's what I wanted to share. But this moment I'll also carry forward to her as I meet her in Rome next month on 8th of May. I'll share every moment of this. पहले तो मैं दीपिका जी को, सारी विकी की काउंसिल को मुबारकबाद देना चाहती हूँ कि हर साल जब वो प्रोग्राम करती हैं तो इस नाचीज को भी याद करती हैं. और मैंने कहा था मैं बहुत कम बोलूँगी और कम ही बोलूँगी, लेकिन मैं चाहती थी कि मेरे दो डिस्टिंग्विश स्पीकर भी पहले जो थे. भाईजान is very prejudiced, you know. When he came this side, I was sitting here and he was sitting here. He shook hands with him and not with me. Please. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. Yes, there are certain things which are natural. तो आज मुझे कुछ कहने को कहा गया है. मैं जैसे कहा कि चाहती थी कि मैं उनको भी सुनूं और सिर्फ एक बात जो उन्होंने कही उसको मैं कुछ ही शब्दों में डिस्कस लेकर, पर जो मैं दूसरी बातें आपसे शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. Women are not a homogeneous group, please mind you. तो यहाँ अगर हम 50, 100, 150, 200 बैठे हैं, we don't represent Lakshmi. I'm sorry. मैंने वो घर भी देखा है बहुत रिच, fabulously rich, जिसकी दूसरी औरत मीरठ थी और जो असली वाइफ थी जिसको लक्ष्मी कहेंगे, उसको बड़े सारे घर में बंद किया हुआ था. वो बाहर सब्जी भी नहीं लेने जा सकती थी. This is another version. And I'm reminded of when Kishan Kaji, late Shri Kishan Kaji,
was the governor of Andhra Pradesh, and we were sharing the platform. He was putting the same argument, नारी तो लक्ष्मी है. तो याद है एक बार जो coming from all over the world, they were talking about care economy. आप डबल नहीं कुछ कर रहे, but still you are contributing through care economy, which is not counted in the GDP of the country. We are asking that should be counted in the GDP of the country. बातें बहुत हैं करने को, मैं करती करूँगी. I can speak for hours together, but the last thing I want to say is, जो हरदीन जी ने कहा, we are power. We are power, लेकिन हनुमान जी की तरह उनको याद कराना पड़ा था कि you have that memory. तो ये जो occasions होते हैं, right? You will meet another 10 women, she will meet another 10 women. So let us go on igniting that fire. It's not to be alone, right? All of us are very powerful, only we have to realize. And the last thing I want to share with you, because you are, talking about entrepreneurship, I wonder if you know, there is WICI. This is Women Entrepreneur Financial Initiative. हमारी G20 में जो W20 है, G7 है, जो W7 है, उसमें इस WICI की बहुत बात होती है. पर सेटअप we need to go further now. 6 banks of the world, they are connected with WICI and providing support, including the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, Afro Bank. 6 banks are connected with that. So start on a big way. Don't always the place at the top. And I wish you all that you exercise your power, your vision, this friendship, oneness, that family, to see to it that you will have at the top. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very informative, and thank you once again that you've been mentoring us. You've been sharing your wonderful reflect सोसाइटी का रिफ्लेक्शन आता है लिटरेचर में. क्या 2 बातें हैं? Do you think so?
I think topic.
Thank you. A pleasure meeting you, Dr. Pan, members of Wicci, Divya, Sana Kaushal from National Commission for Women, and everyone else. Your question that is used to bring a mirror, to the society. मेरा एक novel है The Opium Toffee.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's right. It's a bestseller. He's a celebrated author. Everyone in the house. Talk to the
So it's set during the turbulent phase of Punjab, and the lead protagonist is a girl, a supermodel. Now, during the Punjab turbulent phase in 1989, there was a diktat that girls will only wear a certain clothes, right? So the entire character of Shabnam is built to rebel on that, and she goes on to become a supermodel. So as an author, so I don't hesitate shaking hands with women, let me tell you. But in both my novels, the strong protagonists, Maharaja and Denims, and The Opium Toffee are women. So I thought it's relevant to bring it out here, because since I've come here, usually this is not an audience which I'm used to. I go for literature fest more, and that means Sarkari, that brand has to deliver, to its promise, and so there can no be chindi chori. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah, that's very meaningful, sir. Sir has a very diverse career, Mahek. Do you want to mention a little about it?
Yes, I do. By everybody. It's not just his writing. Sir has a diverse career, as Mukta said, including his role as a journalist. And इतनी अच्छी चीजें हम सबको पता चली, इतनी अच्छी चीजें हम सबको सुनने को मिली. So give a huge round of applause for Mr. Akram है, और अभी we are as a nation, and I'm proud that we are going ahead and going ahead. So growing together, and we have our next speaker,
who is a media advisor to the National Commission of Women, Ms. Sana Kaushal. Can you please come on the stage, ma'am?
A huge round of applause, everybody. Her leadership has been instrumental in advancing literary endeavors in Punjab, renowned for organizing prestigious literary events, an accomplished author and a visionary who paved the way for women's empowerment. Everybody.
Am I audible? Thank you, Mahesh, for that generous introduction. So, hello everyone. Before I introduce myself, as you all know, that my name is Sana, I want to start with an anecdote. And I want all of your attention. Ladies at the back who are probably haggling for something or bargaining, can I please have your attention? Madam in orange sari, I think you're trying to bargain your way through. Okay, so lovely meeting all the women. This is my work. I meet a lot of women every day. We work with an organization where women are involved. But I want to start with an anecdote. एक बार एक औरत, let's say थोड़ी सी अपने से दूर, बड़ी एक स्मार्ट अकम्प्लिश्ड लड़की को इंग्लिश में बात करते हुए सुनती है और वो औरत सोचती है कि मुझे समझ तो नहीं आ रहा ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं पर when I'm too late to know this language and this lifestyle and to look this way. But I really want कि मेरे बच्चे या मेरी बेटी को तो ऐसी ही दिखे और ऐसे बात करें. 35 years later, so she worked and she made sure that while she may not, so that is the brand of women, and I'm talking about 35 years before. Now I think everyone is educated. We have narrowed the gap in education. I held the Punjab Lit Foundation, and I'm investing my energies into making women an intellectual asset. So I think आप मुझे इस तरह से याद रख सकते हैं कि एक लड़की AI के ज़माने में बुक्स की बातें करती है that women become intellectual asset of places. हाँ, एजुकेशन में तो yes, जितने लड़की स्कूलिंग लड़की लड़कियों की सिमिलर ही हो रही है उसके बाद क्या होता है only 17% of women come back to workforce. Only 17%, imagine. And अगर हम 50% हो जाएं तो इंडिया की GDP would be $770 billion. This is a study by McKinsey, by the way. So this is the power we all hold. Having said that, also taking another cue from what man said that वो हनुमान को पता नहीं था कि how to cross राम सेतु. So he was just standing there and then Jamban came and said हनुमान अपनी शक्ति को पहचानो. And suddenly हनुमान realized मैं उड़ भी सकता हूँ, मैं तैर भी सकता हूँ. I can do bloody anything in the world. So we need to understand that we are capable. I would not say better than any gender, but we are so capable that we just need to channel our energy. And I was asked to talk about this whole idea about brand and brand value. I just want to talk that all of you sitting here, all the women sitting here, आप सब एक brand है. You are all a brand in yourself. If you are a fussy mother, you are a brand. If you are too ambitious, you are a brand. If someone tells you तुम्हारा idea outrageous है, you are a brand. So women are not a homogeneous community, like I'm also said. We are all different, but we are all different brands, and every brand is after us these days to capture our interest. So what is
For you, but for everyone here, and I should tell you and I must tell you that ma'am is the first woman IPS officer from Punjab cadre to become the special DGP. A big thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, please can you come onto the stage and share your experience, inspire us, motivate us. I know you're hurt, and I'm sure that won't hinder. Oh, over to you now.
So you know that being a sports person is an essential requisite to becoming a police officer.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So good afternoon, all of you. So I believe that in this room, apart from a few men and Kushwant I know of course, and few others. Mostly it's women entrepreneurs. Oh, that's very inspiring for me, because I think entrepreneurship is one of the most difficult and challenging things which males have been doing, which women have only recently, acquired skills to come up to that level. So I first of all let me say that I am delighted to be here. It's a great privilege to be amongst all of you and talking to you in such a cordial environment. And thank you for all the nice words of praise. Where are those smart girls? They're sitting hiding behind the cameraman. Yes, so the cameraman should get on a side and then so that I can see them also. So thank you so much for all the effusive praise, which I really don't know whether I deserve or not. But in any case, it is very kind of you. So I have prepared a few words to say to you today. And so I thought that, just let me get hold of my papers first. So I thought I will speak to you on the challenges faced by women, and especially working women, because we are, whether we are in the government or we are in the non-governmental sector, we are all working women. And though all of us constitute a proportion of the, women population, which is only a very insignificant lot, but the whole lot of us inspire a whole lot of other women who are not so fortunate enough as you and I are, because we have had some, good upbringing and an environment in which we could, in which our skills could be promoted, we could be educated and get wherever we are, whether we are in the government or whether we are in the non-governmental sector or business women or whatever. So when we talk about the challenges, so the challenges that women face in the working world are basically, I would say, gender bias and sexual harassment, if we are to pick the two prominent challenges that women face. So howsoever we may have progressed in our society and in the country, we may have had constitutional rights and a whole lot of legislation to promote equality, but still equality is evasive, and even when we are educated and get into professions everywhere, whether it is in the public space or in the organizations in which we work, gender bias is very apparent, and whether it is clearly out in the open depends on the organization. Even in the best of companies and organizations and corporate circles, there is a gender bias, and sometimes in such such institutions which are very well placed and where there is an ostensible right to equality, gender bias is more prevalent, and it is on the face of it, people talk about equality and lack of discrimination against women, but there is a glass ceiling, as we all know. It is difficult for women to get promotions or to get their due in these organizations. There is a lack of empathy for women as such. This is also because women are encroaching upon the space which men once occupied. So men probably don't have any problem in an positions in the corporate circle where all the money comes in and all the decisions are to be made, where the money is to be spent, and the pay packages, etc. At that time, it becomes a problem. It is very obvious. It's not rocket science. If I am at a place and I have a fear of being displaced by somebody else, so I would make all kinds of excuses to ensure that that person does not come in my place. To say that she is a woman and that is why she should not come and she has these disqualifications is the easiest way to keep women out. And similarly, I read recently about a concept called uh, the uh, glass cliff, which is a adaptation from the glass ceiling. So, which is a concept which I don't know whether it is true or false, but it's an interesting concept. So I thought I'll talk about it over here. That women are placed into top positions only when there is a emergent situation in which the company is failing, or there is something going on in which the man, if he anybody, any top corporate or top CEO who holds the job is likely to fail. So there a woman is then given the opportunity that now that this kind of scenario is there, so she wants to come there, let her go and let her fail. So that is, I don't know whether statistically it is true or not. I read up on an article on this, but it is interesting nevertheless. There are a few examples where this kind of thing happens. In my own profession in the police department, I sometimes got to a point where the important positions were brought on by the elections, because the Election Commission of India would come in and then somebody would be changed and I would be put there as a top. So I got my first posting as SSP Ludhiana courtesy the Election Commission of India. So I shouldn't speak much about it because the election code of conduct is anyway in force and I am quite scared of that. So let me stop talking about the Election Commission of India and request all of you to just put it in your memory and not share it anywhere. That I mentioned this. But anyway, that is all the credit I am giving to the, for some of my good postings, I give credit to the Election Commission of India. So, we have a whole lot of, when we talk about the successful women. So, in the political field, you had Indira Gandhi, you had a very powerful Margaret Thatcher, Benazir Bhutto in Pakistan, and a whole lot of other women in Sri Lanka and South Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. So we have had all women prime ministers and presidents, and we need not really say that take all the names, but still, since this is a forum to talk about women empowerment, so I would like to mention Kiran Bedi ma'am in the bureaucracy, then Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams, who were space scientists, and unfortunately we lost Kalpana Chawla. So Madame Curie, in those times, she won the Nobel Prize for her discovery of radium. Mother Teresa, Wangai Maathai is another Nobel Peace Prize activist who led the Green Belt movement in Kenya. And she was also honored with other livelihood awards, etc. In business, which has, as I said, had been a completely man-dominated field, we have Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, founder and owner of Biocon. Indra Nui headed the multinational PepsiCo. And Sheryl Sandberg was the CEO of Facebook and now present. She's also written a very nice book, Lean In, on women empowerment. I wonder if some of you have read that. So women have climbed Mount Everest. They have conquered all alone Antarctica and the Arctic. And yet there are many things in which there is still a long way to go. So before me, I think Sana was talking about some qualities which women should have, or what are the things which in my experience also, which I felt are important traits or which are important for women in power to keep in mind. So, first thing which I wanted to talk to you about is that the unity of women. And that is what I think Sana was also mentioning, that women need to be united. So see, we didn't exchange notes, but we came up with the same thing. So there is an urgent need for women to get together. So it is important to empathize with each other because we have the same problems. We are mothers, sisters, wives, grandmothers, and all the roles which a woman plays and in her life. And we have to recognize that unless as leaders we stand up for other women, there is no promotion for women, and in fact men would like to see that in fact they like to highlight the fact that women can't get along with each other. So that is the first myth which used to be a reality, but I think increasingly it's at least in the educated world, women recognize that they have to stand up for each other. And here I would want to give an example from the police department and my own example that I am now looking after I am Special Director General of Police for Community Affairs. And in Community Affairs Division, we wanted to work on the setting up of the women help desks. And we realized that women, as I was talking of gender bias, in the police also there is or there has been a gender bias, at least at the lower level. Because there is policing as like any other service organization like the military is a male dominated organization, and therefore it has the men have a say in all the decision making. So when women are required in the police because legally they are required. You have to have women to escort women prisoners. There are cases of matrimonial cases in which women are arrested and taken to the lockup. So we have to have women to escort them. And similarly in sexual assault cases also, the law requires that women should record a complaint of a sexual assault victim, and so far as possible to also to carry out the investigation in such cases. But the number of women in the police is so less even now. It is just 10% in Punjab, and across the country also it is almost the same. In the paramilitary forces it is less than 3%. And so you can imagine that wherever women are in a minority, there is the conspiracy against them to ensure that they remain where they are and they don't come in the ministry. And as a woman officer and at a higher and being the at the highest rank in the police department in Punjab, I felt that it is my boundary women in the police from the public, and so we worked on the women help desks and ensured that they got their due and started handling complaints filed by complainants, which they were not doing earlier. So it is, when you work in the police department and there are men who are handling investigations, whereas women were marginalized. They are sent to small duties like forensic science laboratory or to do narco duty or these kind of routine duties which do not involve, application of your mind and the writing of statements, going to court and work which gives you satisfaction, and especially in the police department. It is when you deal with the public and you are endorsed for your good work by the public that you feel a sense of self-esteem that my work is being recognized. So that is how I felt that if we have marginalized the women in the police, so as a senior police officer, it is my duty to ensure that the women help desk concept gets off to a brilliant start, and that all the support at my level which I can give it. And believe you me that there have been lots of constraints And there have been instances, and there are instances in which the male police officers are not willing to hand over the work to the women police officer for various reasons. So, I am just speaking of this in the context of that wherever women are, they need to, reach out and protect the other women in the organization, because if the top women officers and the top women leaders will not do it, nobody else will. Certainly, the men will not. So it's not that the men are an adversary. It is just that in the societal system which we had, men were calling the shots, and when the women have been started stepping out of their homes, it has now become their area and their circle of influence is affected, and that is why there is a resistance to women coming out. Similarly, again, when we talk about women sticking together, I am still, and I have been the chairperson of the internal complaints committee. We looked at the sexual harassment cases in the police department, and I found that there is a culture of silence where other women who are witnesses to the sexual harassment refuse to speak up because they feel that they will be going against the majority and that it is not right to speak up. So this was one point I wanted to make. So I have some 2-3 other points. The other point which I wanted to make was regarding courage of conviction. So you have to have, as a woman, it is not enough to actually be working and then have some rights and or not be able to exercise those rights, because in the conditioning of women that we have in our family, the conditioning is not to speak up. अगर आप कुछ बोलते हो, कोई छोटा बच्चा कुछ बोलता है तो फादर कह देता है तुम चुप रहो, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं पता. And it is like that. I am sure all of you have experienced that, at least when you were younger. And it is only that it is in households where women are empowered to speak up that the women can later speak up. So it becomes very difficult when the conditioning is like this, that you are not speaking up. That conditioning leads you to also not speak up when you are required to speak up when it comes to your rights in an organization, when you are in the workplace. Therefore, I would say that we can take inspiration from Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks in 1943 was a civil rights activist. That time, people of color were not allowed to sit on certain seats, and if they were sitting and a white person came along, so they were asked to get up. Came along and the conductor told her that to get up, and she refused to get up. And this is what she had to say when she was asked later on. I mean, she became one of the leaders and the civil activists. So she says, the only tired I was tired of giving in. So, we can take inspiration that when you are against the system, when you are against the majority, and it takes a lot of courage to speak up. And another thing which she has said, I got hold of 1 or 2 quotes of hers. I have learned, this is what Rosa Parks again had to say, I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. So I would say that it also leads to another, well-known saying that knowledge is power. So if we are well educated, we know a few things, we know the law, then we can speak up. And when, as Rosa Parks says, that when you know that what is right and what is wrong, then you can make up your minds, and that diminishes fear. And another last quote from her. So she is an American activist from Montgomery, Alabama, and her story starts in 1943. And so she also famously said that stand for something or you will fall for anything. So after the courage of conviction, the next thing which I would like to speak about is that keeping step with the times. So this again derives from the second one, that how can you have courage of conviction, because if you don't know what is right and what is wrong. And if the times are changing, we also need to adapt, improvise, and get in step with the times, so that if all the men around also doing the same, and some of the smart women are also doing. So we all have to be in that smart category, whether it is a man or a woman. And then, after keeping in step with the times, make a difference. So after you have made your own space, so make a difference to people around you and to society if possible. And in the end, I would say that if you have to round it up for yourself, you have to have, peaceful yourself. So then you can also do meditation, which I do and follow regularly. So I thought I can share that also with you. So these are, a few of the things which I had in mind. So I think I've already taken a lot of time, and I hope that whatever I said here you found useful, and I would look forward to also interacting with you beyond this space. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. This is very inspirational. Speaking up, sticking together as a force to move ahead as a force. Ma'am, could I take the liberty for, holding you on to this stage area? You have inspired us so much, and your inspiration and your motivation and your achievement could be inspiration for all of us, and it is indeed. So I would request you, if you could, just present a appreciation to our special guests here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, can I please call upon Dr. Pam? Ma'am, please. Wonderful.
Also, I would like to request Deepika ma'am if you could please do the honors along with
Wonderful, ma'am.
Deepika ma'am, if you could also join us, please.
Mr. Kushwan Singh, sir, please. I've celebrated all for everyone. A big hand for him. Wonderful. Miss Sana Kaushal, thank you so much.
ये लॉक्ड है, ऐसे ही मूव करना पड़ेगा आपको, थोड़ा आगे जाना पड़ेगा.
And that's the reason
प्राइस तो दिख ही नहीं रहे.
Dr. C. Aman Cho. Thank you so much, sir, for the financial support. Sorry, ma'am. I know.
Translate हो रहा है वैसे भी.
And you know everyone, and you share my views.
Translate हो रहा है वो.
And our dietitian, Miss Loveleen Kaur. I want to take that liberty, please. Miss Soumya Thakur, Miss Wheelchair World India, ma'am, please. All right, ma'am. All right, ma'am.
अब करना तो ठीक है. धुआं लेगा सर का सर क्या हुआ?
Dr. Balvin को और भाई मैम प्लीज
वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया ना?
और मैम मिस संगीता शर्मा We have a brand launch today happening, Nouri's Komal Jassi.
Again, once more.
Thank you. Okay, last but not the least, Mugda Arora. Everybody, a huge round of applause, please. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, one last time. Sorry, I was just moving this side. Yeah. We would like to honor you and who other than Ms. Deepika Bhatia, our President, and Dr. Richa Ranjan, our Vice President. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invite and being here and sharing your knowledge and wisdom.
So all of us, we exchange bands, then we stand for each other. Yes or no, you want?
Yes, absolutely. Ma'am, both of these young ladies, both of these ladies have started. I was saying that for you only, that you have broken a lot of glass ceilings along with Dr. Richa Ranjan. Just a few words.
Few, okay, they've given me the mic in the wrong hands. Yeah. So I am here because of all of you. I am the president for WICCI, which means without members, I am nothing. A chair is nothing without its members. So thank you so much, each one of you, for coming here. और our distinguished guests, हमारे जिन्होंने इसमें 4 चांद लगाए हैं. I really, it's a fan moment for me. From ma'am to Sana ma'am traveling all the way, and Loveleen ma'am को तो जब मैंने देखा मुझे ऐसा लगा सीधा Instagram से कोई निकल के मेरे सामने आ गया. So she has a huge fan following and fan her as a friend. So but then she's an encyclopedia. Soumya Thakur is always there for us, and see how these women who are today sitting in the front rows have managed to make it there. So they are an inspiration for all of us. One thing I would like to add, ये जो हमें ये scene इस room के अंदर दिख रहा है, ये बहुत green है. But if you go beyond this, I think a lot of work needs to be done. To be very short again, UN की रिपोर्ट कहती है कि अगर हम इस स्पीड से चलते रहे तो 300 साल लगेंगे. 300? Oh, thank God. 300 साल. How many generations? 25 generations. क्या आप अपनी लड़कियों को वैसे ही सफर होता देख सकते हो? नहीं. Don't talk about this room. Don't talk about your home. Go to the slum areas. Go to where ma'am works. Go to where they all go. Follow them and see. There is a lot of suffering. Lot of things need to change. we need to be the decision makers. So we have to climb up the stairs and very fast. 300 साल तो नहीं लगने चाहिए. What do you all say? नहीं? So let's start pushing this. Thank you so much.
Can we call all the guests for a group picture, please?
कौन सा रोड? चाहिए पावर बैंक सही नहीं.
Thank you everyone, thank you so much. As you're all settling in, I have a quick question. I'll give you 4 options to that question. Which is the best fitness mantra? Skipping breakfast, 1. Counting your steps every day, every second, 2. Consuming protein powders, 3. And intermittent fasting, 4. Do you have the right answer? Anyone? Intermittent fasting? What is the best fitness mantra? Come on. Intermittent fasting? No? No. Second, skipping breakfast, 1. Counting your steps. Alright. Anyone else? I just have 3 options. None picked up consuming protein powders? No, they're not good. Everyone's consuming. Oh my god, just look at the store. Huge boxes with all the muscles oozing out. Where is my co-host? I'm just trying to look on. Where are you? Here I am. Ah, so they don't know the right answer. Do we have someone who can guide us? What is the best fitness mantra?
I know I think most of us here don't really, know, or I can say most of us here do not know what fitness routine to follow, or maybe what fitness routine can be help hazard as well. So guys, we have dietitian Lovely in court. If you could please come on stage, Lovely, Ambassador of Fit India Movement and recipient of International Excellence Award, brings her expertise in embracing the power of food and lifestyle to our event. Get ready to be inspired and motivated to be fit. Ma'am, please.
Everybody, you would now get to know what is the right answer.
And a huge round of applause, please.
She's wearing a lovely lime green suit, if no one has noticed. And someone said, I want it. Alright, ma'am, here you go.
Last May, my very dear friend Gurpreet Jodi said, आप सबके पढ़ाने में वो अभी भी young लगते हैं. मैं कह रही थी clarity eyes of the beholder. और मैं शेयर करना चाहती हूँ एक सेंटेंस आपसे. I was speaking somewhere on 8th of March, Women's Day. तो एक बच्चे ने कोई बात कही थी जिसको मैंने घर में कर लिया. And I want all of you to know. और वो लाइन थी, aspire to inspire. Aspire to inspire and inspire before you expire. So the last time I want to continue to inspire before I expire.
Inspire before you expire. Ah, that's lovely. The biggest takeaway. Everyone in the house, dietitian Lovely in Goa, a big hand. पहला तो कौन है जो मुझे फॉलो कर रहे हैं अनफॉलो नहीं कर रहे कौन है थैंक यू ओके जो भी आज सीक्रेट शेयर होने लगे ठीक है
एंड मैं पंजाबी क्यों बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि ऐसी सारे चंडीगढ़ से यहाँ लग रहा है ना जे तो आपका बाहर होंगे तो आपका साथ टैग कर रहे बिकॉज जो ऑडियंस इंस्टा पे एफ पे होंगे ना आई स्पीक हिंदी बिकॉज वो जाती है बाहर बहुत दूर दूर अब यहाँ चंडीगढ़ तक है तो हम पंजाबी से कर सकते हैं ठीक है जी वहाँ बोली हुई ना थोड़ी निगली फीलिंग आ रही है ना और कंफर्ट जोन से भी हम थोड़ा वैसे कंफर्टेबल बात कर सकते हैं राइट सो व्हेनेवर आई स्टार्ट जो भी वीडियो स्टार्ट होती है तो मैं की बोलती हाँ वो मैं तुम्हारे शेयर करा ताकि मैं अपने मन की गल कर सकती है ना नीवापन मेरी गल बात रखी रब्बा मैंने मेरी औकात रखी औकात नहीं है मेरी इतने बट तुम इन्ना जोगा करता एंड कहते ना विचोला मिल गया विचोला थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस मेरी सच्ची औकात नहीं है इन्नी बड़े बड़े लोगों नाल बैठने की ते मैं इत्थे तक